Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And our theme for the day is censorship and free speech. And we've already had a look at the secret meetings that Harry and Meghan have been holding over the past year with tech giants in California. Very chilling, very disturbing. It was a disturbing reading for me as someone who is here in the online space. And the second reading that I'm going to do is an interesting little reading, little 5-card reading about Gabor Mate, who famously or infamously interviewed Prince Harry when he was promoting Spare. And Gabor Mate, who is not a registered psychologist as far as I can tell, he's just a family physician, diagnosed Harry in this interview as suffering from ADHD, and he did that having read the book Spare. And Gabor Mate has now come out and said that he regrets that chat with Prince Harry. He regrets working on promotion for Spare and says, I lost myself. He lost himself. And the reason he says that is because the chat was behind a paywall. There is the curbing of free speech and access to information. It was behind a paywall. People had to buy a copy of Spare in order to have access to that interview between Harry and Gabor Mate. And so he now regrets that. So I'm interested to know why. And I have the Shadowland Tarot on the tarot table for this little 5-card reading. It's the tarot deck that I use for repressed stuff, for your shadow aspect that gets projected outwards, all the nasty stuff that you'd rather people didn't see, didn't know. Harry, of course, happy to let it all hang out. Very unseemly things exposed in Spare. Very, very happy to say all kinds of nasty things about other people and himself. So Shadowland Tarot seems appropriate. We're going to do a little 5-card reading. We're going to have a look at this. How does Gabor Mate really feel about the interview? Does he really regret it? And why? What in particular is the problem? How does Harry feel about him coming out and saying, I lost myself and I regret doing this? Allegedly, I am just quoting stuff that I have read on GB News. So if this didn't actually happen, sincere apologies to the good doctor. But that is what I have heard, what I have seen, what I am reading on. And then the outcome for Gabor Mate of this mea culpa, this sort of confession. Is it going to improve his reputation, or is it going to harm his reputation? He, of course, might be in a spot of bother given his quite vocal comments on the situation in the Middle East in the past. And if you all know that this is a very bad time to be discussing that and being controversial about that. It's an appalling situation, and less said the better. Really, just concern from a humanitarian point of view seems to be the best that one can hope for at this point. I hope it ends peacefully and quickly. But anyway, so we're looking at this situation with the Shadowland Tarot. I think we're ready. And so how does he really feel? One more about the interview. Why is he now saying what he's saying? How does Harry feel? And outcomes for him. Got the Tower card that popped out there. And the 7 of Swords. Interesting cards to pop out. Let's see what universe wants to tell us. Let's remember it's tarot for fun and entertainment. Or my opinion or speculation. We read energy here, archetypal energy. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. There we go, underlying energy. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and that's a very Harry, card that has come out here. That's Prince Harry, Knight of Wands. Could also be him. I don't know what sign he is. Didn't check before I did this research for this reading. But it's somebody who's volatile, someone who blows hot and cold, somebody who's inconsistent, the Knight of Wands, inconsistent with their message, somebody who can be very angry, very volatile, very fickle, bit of a player energy, the Knight of Wands, always, and so an unreliable narrator, I would say, with the Knight of Wands in reverse. So both of these characters in this interview, for me as a reader, are coming across in that energy. So they've both reflected that in each other, in the energy of that interview. So situation, what are we dealing with? We are dealing with the moon. Ooh, doubts and fears. The big bad wolf. And the subconscious, some things, of course, the moon does represent, we'll try that again, mental health, lunacy, what's in your shadow, what you project out into the world without realizing, areas where you don't see, your blind spots. The moon is all about that. And so very interesting energy, and it can be a card of regret, about not seeing things clearly. He says, I lost myself. The moon is a very good card for losing yourself in the shadows, in the darkness, in the fog of your own subconscious urges. So that is an amazing card to come out as the story that the rest of this reading is hanging on. So how does he really feel about that interview? Does he really regret it? We got the Six of Pentacles. No, I would say, and that's my opinion. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take. He did very nicely out of this. Whatever he's saying now, and this is pure speculation, purely my opinion, but the Six of Pentacles tells me as a tarot reader that there was equal give and take here. There was quid pro quo, that somehow he benefited from this meeting, this interview with Prince Harriet's Pentacles. So that means it was a substantial benefit, even possibly a financial windfall for him with that Six of Pentacles. Very interesting. Why now is he saying that he regrets this? What's happened to make him come out now and say this? We got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Pages are messages. Page of Pentacles, it's not a big deal, but it's about, for me, it's about contracts and negotiations and things like that, the Page of Pentacles. He could have lost some deals recently, some money-making opportunities. It's very interesting that Pentacles are coming out so strongly in this reading. And of course, by exposing yourself to a large audience like that, he has got an enormous following. Let's not deny that. He's got a huge following online. But by making himself very open to scrutiny, newspapers, people commenting about him on social media and that kind of thing, he has exposed himself to a certain amount of scrutiny with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and that scrutiny might not stand up. His reputation might not stack up. And so, for instance, I personally assumed that he was a registered psychologist, somebody who was well versed in the mental health field, professionally had expertise that he'd gained from studying, which the Page of Pentacles is about. It's the student card in the tarot, and it's telling me that no, didn't study professionally, he didn't study mental health. That was not his area of expertise. And that came as a surprise to me personally when I found that out. And it might have come as a surprise to other people as well. And so there is Page of Pentacles in reverse, and it might have had some impact on him from a financial point of view, from maybe book deals. I'm speculating wildly here. But this is what possibly could have happened to him as a result of his sit-down chat with Prince Harry, during which he diagnosed him as having a mental health condition, disorder, on the back of just reading Harry's book Spare, which was ghost written for Harry, not the most ethical conduct for a professional person, in my opinion. How does Harry feel about this sudden turn of events? How does he feel? The Chariot. It's about ambition. He sees it for what it is, that this person is trying to salvage his own reputation. He's very ambitious. He's wanting to drive forward. He's wanting to get new projects. Harry doesn't mind. Harry doesn't care. It doesn't bother him. If somebody does this, says this, he's saving his own skin. He wants to go forward with his life and be very successful, make lots of money, very ambitious person. And this is not a devastating blow for Prince Harry. I don't think he could care less about it, quite honestly. He's equally ambitious and was equally driven to attend this thing. That's why I say Knight of Wands in reverse applies to them equally in agreeing to do this sit-down chat behind a paywall. Harry was up for it too, equally ambitious, wanting money, wanting status, wanting, I would say, notoriety, fame, attention with that Chariot card. Outcome ultimately for Gabor Mate of this moment of clarity in which he says he lost himself, the moon. Is it going to enhance his reputation or diminish his reputation? Ka-ching! Three of Pentacles, it's going to help. With the Three of Pentacles, it's going to possibly get him deals. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, joint ventures, enterprises where you work as a team to put something together, something substantial, something you can monetize. It's going to pay off for him, this moment where he has come out and said this quite shocking thing, attention-grabbing thing, clickbaity kind of thing. Is going to pay off. Three of Pentacles, according to the cards that I'm reading, and of course, all just my opinion. And you, of course, should read the disclaimer in the box below, do your own research, form your own opinions, and thank you as ever for watching. And I may not see you tomorrow, but if I don't see you tomorrow, Sunday, I will be back again on Monday.